Lots of birds talking in here. That was supposed to be funny. What an amazing cast. Got him. Told you that was an amazing cast. That's a decent fish.
A hook or a net?
Nah. Probably need to loosen the drag a bit though. Oh, he's got it good. Yeah. Topwater Sunday. Got a nice lady here. Dang. Man, look at that. Look how good that fish ate it. It's topwater season. So we're just going around on the Chowan River, doing a little topwater fishing. The first fish of the day, and it's a good one. All 3 treble hooks. We just want to inconvenience you a little bit. Yep, 3 pounds, 10 ounces. All right, go a little fishy. So I think that answers the question on what we'll be doing today. Hopefully we can find a giant. This is how we get a hook in our finger. Not anymore. You haven't seen one of these guys, have you?
Yeah, I've seen them before.
You've seen one, you've seen them all. They're real slimy. So I had some new trials and tribulations as a YouTube content creator here. So tried to make things better for you in terms of audio when it comes to me talking into the mic on the chest GoPro. So I had bought an external Purple Panda microphone, which comes highly rated. It's got the windscreen on it, which is like what I really wanted, just so you don't have to deal with that awful noise that the wind makes when it goes across the GoPro microphone. So anyway, I'm going to do some voiceovers. I think I got a pretty decent mic here for at the house, and we can talk through some of the stuff that I was going to say while I was on the water. So I don't know if you caught it or not, but there's a small group of pads right there, and this bait seemed to go pretty well through it. So the bait I'm using is an Evergreen Shower Blows SB 105 in the bone color. So I like this color a lot in overcast conditions, whether it's a glide bait or a topwater. Just for some reason, bone is a great color in overcast. So talking about the bait itself, it's got a really, really wide walk to it. It's like pencil popper style, but it fishes more like a spook. What's cool about it is that you can almost walk it in place like a frog, and just like with light taps, hey, there we go, fish. But it's got 3 really sharp trebles on it. They will bend out, so they're a little bit lighter wire, which I kind of like for fishing around trees. Like all these knees, you can see them right in front of me there. Like you're gonna get hung, it's gonna happen. People don't typically throw treble hook baits around this stuff for that exact reason, but and then you can see the 3 bobber stobber trick there to keep the bait from tangling up in itself. So I like fishing a topwater on Braid. I switched to it about a year and a half ago, and I don't think I'll ever go back. You just get so much response out of the bait. Every little tap, no matter how much line is out, and then you don't got to worry about the mono stretching, because I was a mono guy for topwaters before that, and it's just, I'm fishing 30-pound Samurai. So I don't know if you haven't used Daiwa Samurai. I don't have any sponsorships. I'm just a small channel, so keep that in mind. I've gone through all different kinds of braid, and I found that the Daiwa Samurai, it loses its color just like any other braid, but I mean, it is soft. Hey, frogfish. So decided to throw the frog over there because I saw something blowing up. But that I'm throwing 65-pound Samurai on my frog rod, which sounds crazy, but it's got a smaller diameter, and you know, it's just, look at you. But yeah, I really, really, really can't say enough good things about the Daiwa Samurai Braid. It is awesome. Whether it's the 30-pound I'm using for my topwater or 65-pound for punching, flipping, and frogging, it's great stuff. And my wife was super proud of herself because I was throwing a black frog, which I really like to throw in this body of water, and she's like, well, why don't you throw one in the same color as that other topwater bait you were throwing? And I was like, well, and then this happened. So she was, I didn't have the audio, but she was talking a lot of smack about how, you know, she was right, and I told you so. Told you so. I want to put this clip in here for anybody that's, you know, not familiar with these bodies of water. So this is Chowan River, part of the Albemarle Sound rivers. I'm pretty far upriver in one of the creeks. You can see how narrow it is. It's not like that further down south, but just look how black that water is. It almost looks like, you know, it's dirty or you can't see through it. It's actually very clear. You can't see down too far, probably about 1.5 to 2 feet, but it's just real tannic from all these cypress trees. You got the pads are coming in real nice. Here we're on an inside channel swing, working a frog kind of fast. That's the, for anybody interested, it is the Berkeley Swamp Lord in the bone color. So yeah, just a beautiful place. It's super calm today. It's been dealing with a lot of wind lately, so it's a pretty refreshing to just be out and enjoying it. Nice conditions for being comfortable while you're fishing. Maybe not the best fishing conditions because we had some high pressure. I was pretty surprised there was even any kind of topwater bite. So surprise, surprise, the topwater bite kind of went away. So we had something else out, and I had been putting a hurt on them in the weeks before on a Senko. So I just got a like an 1/8 ounce, I believe it was 1/4 ounce weight, and a Senko. Got a fresh 100 pack that came in the mill. You can still order them directly through Yamamoto. I think.
Oh, you got one?
I think it's just a little guy, but you know, it was a fish. So we had figured something out that was also working, which is cool when you can just catch some fish and you're on the water, even if it's a little guy. And back to the top water. So we got the Evergreen. Come on, eat it. Eat it. There you go. Oh, you missed it. That's part of fishing when you're using treble hook baits. I'm sure somebody will have a comment about, you know, using braid and treble hooks, but that glass rod can absorb all of that, and I got the drag set pretty loose, so it's just something that happens. And speaking of something else that happens, so I'm an outside channel swing here, skipping my frog, back up in way into the thick stuff, so the bushes just hang over and trees and whatnot, as you can see right there. It's about 1.5 deep back there, so plenty of water for a fish. And I skip my Berkeley Swamp Lord back in there, about 8 more feet, and I was working it in. The fish took a swing at it, missed. I set the hook and got buried in the trees, as you can see. So I wanted that frog back. It was the only one I had in that color on the boat, and I was going in to get it. So it was an interesting adventure, and my wife laughing at me, taking videos, and me getting frustrated, which is pretty typical. I'm sure if anybody that's married can relate to that, but I do like having my wife on the boat with me. It's pretty fun. Even though she doesn't fish, she just likes being out there, which is a good time. And we got our frog back, and we safely made it in the boat without getting wet, so win. And back to the Senko bite here. So you can see where the pads are. That's where the channel edge is. I mean, here's a good look down the creek here, and it's about 15 feet in the middle. You got some, you know, standing timber like you got to the left of me, and it's very infrequent, but that really just drops straight off from where those pads are. You might have a couple feet there, so it's a pretty good spot for the bass to set up and just wait for bait fish to come by, crayfish on the bottom. Last time I was out, the bass had like big crayfish just stuck in their throat, and I don't know why it equated to a Senko bite because they weren't really eating the creature baits, but it's a good time. We really could have put a hurting on them numbers-wise by just fishing the Senko. I mean, in the little time I did fish it, I was catching fish. You know, I get the interest in making content. I'm trying to make a video, and then also I'm trying to catch bigger fish too. So I don't want to be, you know, throwing a Senko all day. They do catch big fish, but I feel like a lot of times you just got to go through so many baits, so many small fish in order to make it happen. And you know, it's cool when it does, but I'd rather get the 5 topwater bites most days than catch 50 on a Senko and 2 big ones. But you know, we're out there for 5.5 hours and caught a few fish, and wasn't even supposed to go fishing that day, and it's really because, you know, she wanted to get out on the boat and go. There's a lot of otters and other wildlife, which we didn't see this day, but man, I tell you, like, I've seen bears, I've seen multiple otters, packs of otters. One time they're on just a lay down log, just barking at me, and there's all kinds of birds. It's just a beautiful area. There's a ton of wildlife. It's just, you know, I love being out there. It's cool. So if you're into more than just catching fish, I highly recommend you check out the Chowan or some of the surrounding rivers, because especially away from, you almost got me there, but away from, you know, where the small cities, I don't know, I caution myself at calling them cities. They're really not that big, but you know, just where it's developed. You get up here, there's no houses, there's no docks. There might be a campground or a boat ramp, but it's pretty awesome. The most people you'll see are the ones in their pontoon boats, possibly anchored in the middle of the channel, getting mad when you're running by. But I mean, that's just part of the game. And if you do anchor your boat in the middle of the channel, fishing for catfish or whatever it is you're doing, and you see a bass boat run right by you, it's because there's trees and stumps in the flats, and we're not going to run there. I wouldn't expect anybody to expect another human being to endanger themselves or their equipment, so I'm sure somebody doesn't like that, but it kind of is what it is. Everybody's got to stay safe, try to be, you know, kind to one another. I see the John boats that go through these creeks on pad, and then they'll slow down for me, and I'll always tell them that they can just keep going. You know, their wake doesn't bother me, but I definitely stop and slow down and idle past them, because, you know, whether you're in a kayak or a tin boat, the bass boats don't really put out a big wake, but it's enough to disrupt everything for them. So just, you know, you can take the extra 2 minutes to let somebody, or to drive by somebody slowly so that they can enjoy their time on the water, and you know, it's not that big of an inconvenience. Yeah, look at that guy. Like I said, a black and blue Senko on this body of water is just absolutely killer. Look at those pads coming in real nice. Get the tree overgrowth. Skipping a buzzbait under that stuff works really well a lot of the time, especially when you get that bubble trail. Yeah. Texpose that Senko for sure. Oh, another topwater bite. Yes. Yes, very nice. Very nice. And he got off. Okay, now he got off. But that's just part of it. When you're fishing with treble hook baits, they're going to get off. This is the part where I was doing the voiceover for the end. Good look at the bait there. Just a little chunk of pad on it. It's enough to foul it up. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you got any questions, please leave me a comment, like, share. It really helps the channel tremendously when you guys comment and like on the video. I don't know what it is with the algorithm, but if you made it this far, I'm going to guess that you enjoyed it, and I will have more. I got some more plans to go out this weekend and fish the Potomac, so you'll see that coming, and you know, I'm just going to continue to fish as much as I can. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.